So in this video, I'm gonna go over the steps that you need to take to set up a Amazon business to sell in the United States, even if you are in a foreign country. So we work with a lot of customers from all over the world, and a lot of times I get questions on how to set up their business internationally and stuff like that. People asking me those types of things. So just a quick disclaimer, I'm not an accountant, I'm not an attorney, and I'm not a tax planner or anything like that. But these are basically the steps that we encourage people to take. And if you need help with any of these things, then you can go ahead and comment. If there's any questions, anything I'm leaving out, please go ahead and let me know in the comments, and I can make detailed videos on those things. And if you are really stuck and struggling, let me know in the comments below. I can probably put you in touch with somebody to help you get your business set up. But basically, if you are selling from abroad, these are kind of the steps that you need to take. And it depends on the country and the way that you want to set things up. But basically, they're pretty simple. So the first thing that you need to do is open your Amazon seller account, right? So this is pretty simple. We'll have the links for this in the description below. But basically, you just go here. It looks like Amazon has a nice URL for this now, sell.amazon.com. Gives you all the information that you need to start selling that way. So you're gonna want to go ahead and create that account. Then you're gonna need a way to get paid for your account. And so basically there's a couple different options that you can use to get paid. So one is you can use the Amazon currency converter. So this is basically a way for you to get disbursements from Amazon made in your local currency where your bank is located at. And so these are all of the countries that Amazon supports right here for their currency converter. So we have like pretty much all of Europe and the United Kingdom. So this is everybody on euros, United Kingdom, United States, and then all of these other foreign countries. So we got a lot of the foreign countries in here that are available. If you are not in one of these countries, then you're probably going to have to do some extra things to get started selling on Amazon. But basically, Amazon kind of makes this pretty simple for you if you're in a foreign country and you live in any of these countries. They do have some asterisks here. So they do use anything that's has a star that looks like they're using Hyperwallet. And so that is actually my next, well, it's right here. So Hyperwallet right here. These are all the countries that are the Hyperwallet countries. So Hyperwallet is actually owned by PayPal, and they have a way for you to do currency conversions and everything else. So that is an option as well. And then one other option is you can use Payoneer to create basically a virtual kind of US bank account to allow you to receive payments from Amazon into your virtual bank account as well. So Payoneer is a good option as well. So basically the first thing you have to figure out, get your seller account set up, and then you can either use the Amazon kind of built-in currency converter. And if you're in a country that supports that, then that's probably going to be your best bet. Or you can use Hyperwallet or Payoneer are your two other options to get money. The last option would be, and this is if you're either going to be really big and you're going to be moving a lot of money and you want to have more control over your money, or if you're in a country that you just, for whatever reason, you can't get anything set up, but you really want to sell on Amazon, then you can create a US entity basically and open up a US bank account. This is probably going to require you to either spend money on hiring an attorney and giving them power of attorney to go and open up the bank account for you, or you're gonna have to take a plane to the US and open up your bank account. You're going to need an US LLC to do that. If you would like to create a US LLC, you can create them in a number of different states, including Nevada, pretty much any state, but the ones that are kind of common would be like Nevada, New Hampshire, or wait, hold on, is it New Hampshire? No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to edit that one out. So it's Nevada, Delaware is a pretty common one. And I actually really like Wyoming. I actually have a couple of LLCs in Wyoming. The reason why I like Wyoming is because there's no income tax in Wyoming. They're really private. They have a low sales tax as well, and they're just a non-hassle kind of state. So if you want to do that, I'll have a link. You can get a Wyoming LLC created for like $150 from wyomingagents.com. That's not an affiliate link right now, but maybe one day I'll switch it out if they ever want to give me an affiliate commission. Then you're in an EIN. So once you get your Wyoming or whatever state's LLC, you can actually get them to do mail for you as well and give you an address. And so with that address, then you can actually create and register your EIN, which is basically it's an employment identification number. It's basically like a social security number for a business. So in the US, every person gets a number. That's basically our unique identifying number. We call it a social security number. And an EIN is basically the number that each business gets kind of nationally. It's like the number that you put on your tax returns and all those things. So if you want to create a US kind of presence, then you're gonna want a US LLC and then a US EIN as well. And then once you have those two things, you can go and create your, open up your US bank account. And you, like I said, you're probably going to want to go into a branch. I would probably call them first. You can work with, if you live in a country where the country has a local branch. So let's say, for example, there's a Wells Fargo or a Bank of America or an HSBC or a Chase or any of these types of branches like in your local area, you could go to them and speak with them and potentially open up a bank account there. Or you have to come make a trip to the good old USA and open up your bank account as well. So when you come in to open a bank account, you're probably going to want two forms of ID. Any type of immigration document, so like if your visa or anything like that, either travel or work visa, if you have one of those, definitely want to bring that. You definitely want to bring your EIN. You're going to want to bring your whatever your US address that you have set up is, and then also the initial money to deposit the funds between $100 and $1,000 is what you're going to want to bring to open up your bank account at least. And then you want to make sure that you might have to provide some proof of funds, so like where this money's coming from and everything. In the US, we have a lot of kind of terrorist and money laundering laws that we really want to make sure that anyone who opens up a bank account and puts money in a bank, that it's legitimate. So the more documentation you have, the better. So those are basically your options for your bank. You can use Amazon services, you can use the Hyperwallet. So you can use Amazon services, you can use Hyperwallet, you can use Payoneer, or you can open up your own US LLC and register all that and do all that good stuff as well. So the last thing that you're gonna want is you got to get the inventory. Whatever product you're selling, you have to get it from the manufacturer to America into the Amazon fulfillment center. So the great thing about Amazon is they ship everything for you. So basically, once you get it created wherever it is, whether it's in your home country or in China or Indonesia or wherever in the world you're getting your goods manufactured, then you're going to need those shipped into the fulfillment centers. And so you're going to want to use a freight forwarding company to do that. And my favorite place to find freight forwarders is Freightos. So basically, Freightos is a platform that basically helps you find a freight forwarder to get the best deal and then get your merchandise picked up and then shipped into the fulfillment center. They even have an Amazon FBA option. We have a detailed video on freight forwarders. And then we also have some really good videos on how to find products, how to find manufacturers, and everything else. So go ahead and check those out and let me know in the comments below if I'm missing anything, if there's anything you're confused upon. I'll try to make more clarifications and other videos about creating and selling on Amazon from a foreign country. Thanks for watching and be sure to subscribe.